Barely a year after Ken Dalglish left them as manager because of too much pressure, his successor Graham Souness underwent a triple bypass heart operation at the age of 38 this morning. And even if Liverpool make it to the FA Cup final, eliminating Portsmouth in a semi-final replay next Monday, he will not be on the bench at Wembley. No year is easy for Liverpool, but this one has been tougher than most as they try to re-emerge as a force in the Europe they once dominated. They flew through the early rounds of the UEFA Cup in style, beating Kusilahti of Finland, Auxerre of France, and then 6 goals past Tyrol of Austria. But they met their toughest nut in Genoa of Italy in the quarter-finals. They lost the away leg 2-0, which may not have been the end of the world. They turned around an equal deficit against Auxerre. But this was an Italian team, and Italian teams are expert at doing just enough in the second leg to survive. Your commentators at Anfield are Barry Davis and Trevor Brooking.
Well, the most significant point about the Liverpool lineup is that in this, their 51st match of the season, they're able to field Dean Saunders, the 2.9 million summer buy, Ian Rush and John Barnes together for the first time. Rush returning to the fray after just 38 minutes as a substitute at Crystal Palace last Saturday. He's had 3 knee operations this season. And we expect that they will line up like this. And the interesting point to note is that David Burrows we show there in the middle of the defence with Steve Nicol on the left side. And the suggestion is that Nicol will get forward on that left side to support John Barnes as in days of yore. McManaman is on the right side of the midfield and Mulby in the centre of midfield. As for the Italians, well, Genoa field the side that they ended with in the first leg with Roberto Onorati instead of the scorer of the first goal, Valeriano Fiorin. Branco is still in position and obviously from free kicks remains a threat. They've played twice since the first leg. They beat Lazio at home and then drew with Sampdoria in the stadium that they share with that club, the same stadium where the first leg was played. No change in the formation, though we can surely expect a minimum of 9 behind the ball when Liverpool have possession, with the passing thought of a quick breakaway. John Barnes, what he does will be hugely significant. We hope what this man does, from Liverpool's point of view, will not. All the officials come from Belgium. The referee, Frans van den Wilgert, who comes from Antwerp. Genoa in their change strip, which is white. Liverpool attacking the goal to our left. And Barnes, Rush and Saunders were lined up in the centre of the area waiting for the cross. And the last time that Rush played against Genoa was for Juventus, and he scored after only 52 seconds of the match. Mulby to take the corner. Barnes comes out, Burrows tries to get up, and goal kick.
Well, there's no doubt Graham Souness has picked a very attacking lineup. Jan Mulby in midfield, the creative man. Steve Nicol trying to get forward down the left, and then 2 wide people, McManaman and Barnes, to supply the service for Rush and Saunders. Just a slight concern is with such an attacking lineup that they just don't get caught out on the break and concede a goal. They can't afford to do that.
First header won by Wright. Rob Jones. McManaman on the right side. He's played so many different roles, this young 20-year-old. Whoops. And Braglia almost caught, coming a little too far forward. Don't know whether that was the young man's intention. Simone Braglia spent a long time warming up outside the dressing room. And Anfield is the test, I think, for visiting goalkeepers, particularly when he's at the other end in the second half. Jones. Burrows. Liverpool are lining up, as we said. Burrows trying to get a foot in. And a goal kick. Well forward to Marsh. And Jones. Saunders look to see who else is around. The answer is nobody, and Iranio concedes quite unnecessarily the corner. Again, the big Dane goes across to take. Again, Wright comes up to the near post. And Burrows actually got there just too soon, Burrows. If he'd have been just that split second later, he might have got a better header. It was a chance, but he's there, and then he gets up. He didn't come through in one movement. Lovely touch. Not a particularly good pass. Even, says the referee. Skuravi didn't think so. Saunders comes back to collect to get into the game for the first time. Doesn't use it. And there is a threat. Skuravi and Aguilera far side. Skuravi took far too long. And the reason why there was a hole is seen from that picture. Player was Mark Wright, who was down. Barnes. Good save. That's really got the crowd going. Got down well. But there's an anxious look at Mark Wright. Mulby. 15 minutes gone. Good contest so far. Free kick for that challenge. Aguilera making rather a lot of it. And that does not look good at all. Nicky Tanner warming up.
It looks like a hamstring, and if he has torn it, there's no point in trying to run it off, because they don't go away, and that's a sad sight, because it's a pulsating start to the match. John Barnes just now, jinxing run, a good save it was for Borrelia, got down very well to his left for a tall man, but it's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? One or two gaps just creeping into the Liverpool defence as well when they push men forward, but I mean, we couldn't have hoped for a better start.
Graham Souness could have hoped for better fortune. Really do have to say that the manager's had so many problems. Finally he gets out an attacking line he wants to use, and he loses again a key defender. Mark Wright off, replaced by Nicky Tanner. His substitution in the 16th minute of the match. Ranio seems to have made a quick recovery. Tanner. Mulby. And McManaman starts from the left-back position and goes diagonally. Jones certainly getting more and more forward. Plenty of support, which you would expect. Marsh with the ball in. Signorini with the header out. Mulby. Lovely control. And an interesting shot, different from the usual one, collected by Rush, pulled back. Saunders! He really has struggled to get into the game, Dean Saunders, but that was arguably the best chance. Very, very different shot from Mulby. You're looking for the curler then, but instead it was a real daisy cutter. Forced the goalkeeper across. The pace of Rush to get to the ball, crossed it, and as he was challenged, Dean Saunders couldn't direct the header on target.
great play by Jem Mulby, wasn't it, again? Just need that little bit of luck, the little bit of ricochet, perhaps, to give him the clear opening that will get that first goal. At the moment, though, the Italian defenders, you're just making the challenge on Dean Saunders. They've got a lot of people back. They're breaking dangerously, and really delicately balanced, isn't it, this first half? But if they could just get that first goal, Liverpool, you sense it could be a special night, but they are a good defensive side.
Saunders. And we're now playing the 26 minutes of the first half. Marsh. And Nichols got in the hole behind three defenders. And Saunders just didn't get hold of it at all. It was a shot which left him with sand in both eyes. Rush. Appeal for handball. Top shouting loudest.
There's a good move down the left. Good pull back from Steve Nicholl. I think Dean Saunders just moved out to hit the shot, and Steve McManaman behind him was facing the goal and probably would have been the better one placed, but Dean Saunders wouldn't have known that possibly.
Rather confirming the thought, Trevor, that he's finding it difficult to get into the balance of play of his team. Earlier in the season when he and Rush didn't find it that comfortable together. That's better though. Nicholl. Oh dear. Maybe thought about it too long.
The ploy of playing Steve Nicholl in that floating attacking role from fullback has worked, though. He's got in some good positions. I mean, there he was almost a forward midfielder, and the Italians aren't too pleased about who should be picking him up, and he's actually getting the freedom that perhaps they were hoping John Barnes, but by marking John Barnes tight, it's Steve Nicholl who's more often than not being the spare man.
Ruotolo. He's looking to break. And they're a bit uncomfortable. Aguilera scores! Oh, delight from the Uruguayan brings great roars from the Italian end. Good break on the right side. The pace of Ruotolo again. Onorati makes the first run. Aguilera pulls out at the back. Burrows got the flick, and Aguilera puts Genoa 1 up in the second tie, 3 up in total.
Well, this man Aguilera has looked a little gem in the first leg and this opening half an hour. He switches play, he's got superb touch, and that was a clinical finish. A little bit unlucky again, Liverpool. The deflection off the cross just found the wrong man. It could have gone to one or two of the Liverpool defenders. It found Aguilera. The last one I would have wanted it to find, because that's where it ended up in the back of the net.
So to the 2 goals of the first leg, Genoa have added an away goal. Tanner. Rush. Good turn. Struck it well too. Osvaldo Bagnoli doing the directing, but the supporters of the Genoa club feel now that they've done enough. Well, it's going to be a very memorable night if Liverpool can pull back, but they just have to keep going and play the way they've been playing, and as Trevor Brooking said, hope for a lucky break. Nicholl. Burrows is now playing on the left side with Nicholl on the right. McManaman. Jones hasn't been able to find the ball he needs when he gets forward. 4 weight in the area. One of them is Burrows. Goal kick.
Yes, it looks as if that space that they were finding down the right-hand side has gone on too long, and Graham Souness decided to put David Burrows onto the left-back position. to try and shut down that space. And Steve Nicol now going to play alongside Vicky Tanner down the centre of the defence.
Which I think these days he prefers. Liverpool do need to find something to quieten the away supporters. They have no doubts at the moment. Barnes, that's a teaser. And Saunders, it's still loose. And McManaman brilliantly off the line. Signorini, who clipped it over, but there's an injury, and maybe there's a free kick to be given.
I think they've given a free kick for the far post. Dean Saunders, just a bit of shoving there as he tries to get above the defender. And although they collided each other and there's this scramble, Steve McManaman, it was all to no avail, because in fact the referee was always signalling them from then on. And it was a foul by Dean Saunders on the full, but using his hands to get above him.
Tanner. McManaman. Jones. Signorini was there first. Mulby! And he's had a few sighters.
Well, they've had a few shots, haven't they, from the edge of the area. Yeah, Mulby's had 2 or 3. That one just dipping over. And if it's going to be your night, they're the sort of shots that now and again are going to fly in and lift the whole evening. At present, they're going wide of the goal and not quite testing Bralia.
Well, Aguilera scoring the only goal of the half, and Graham Souness's team coming back from 2 down against Osea. Now face the task of trying to come from 3 down against Genoa of Italy. It's their 148th European match in total, 88 wins, 26 draws, 33 defeats, only 3 here at Anfield in all that time. So there's a bit of pride to be played for, as well as the hope of proving that the impossible is in fact possible. This man has to be beaten 4 times, which is the score is 3-0 over 2 legs. 2 legs is reasonable mathematics. Burrows. Saunders. Helped a little bit with the arm there, I suspect. Jones. Runs through. And John Barnes, and it was deflected for the corner. First of the second period, up goes the roar from the Kop. And this is where Simone Bralia will feel that he's being breathed on from both sides. Players in front, crowd behind. Comes out to Mulby, courtesy of the defender. Colavati didn't quite make it, but enough for a corner to result. McManaman. Nice of red shirts in the area. Hooper is miles out of his goal at the other end, willing his colleagues to do something at the Kop end. McManaman, oh dear.
Liverpool just changing it a bit, trying a short corner, because this captain and sweeper Signorini and also Scarabi have done very well on crosses. They're both tall. They've dealt with everything that's come in, and I suppose Liverpool now feel they've got to try and switch it around a bit. But Signorini there in the middle of that 3 looks a very good play. And I thought in the first leg, when he had more time on the ball, that he wasn't quite as impressive. But this evening, I think he's held their defence together very, very well.
The footwork by Mulby, but Torrente is favourite here. Marsh. McManaman. Rotolovas quickly goal side of him. Dean Saunders. Marsh's shot is blocked. Onorati pressurised. And it was Rush who went in to be denied by Bralia. Well, the Cops certainly haven't given it up. That's a fine ball by Tanner. And good defending by Colavati. Barnes queuing up, and Rushy has changed the atmosphere at Anfield. His first goal in this UEFA competition this season. John Barnes with the cross, Rush with the header, and it's 1-1 in the second leg, 3-1 on aggregate.
Well, great credit to Liverpool. Very surprised to see two Liverpool players. Ian Rush got the header, but right behind him as well. They were queuing up to put that one away. Bad marking, but a lot of credit to the Liverpool side. 1-0 down, facing a terrible uphill battle. They could have just got their heads down, but they've come out, and suddenly that Kop has come alive.
Referee plays on. Mulby, oh, and not far away. Bortolazzi, it won't bother him and it won't bother the crowd, but Bortolazzi was complaining about an elbow. He's had a lot of shots in this match, was Jan Mulby. Goalkeeper at full stretch. Jones. Barnes, beautifully played for Nicol. First time cross is well clipped, but too high for Rush. Marsh, 20 minutes left. 1-1 in the second leg. 3-1 to Genoa on aggregate. Venison. McManaman! Did well, the goalkeeper, coming forward again.
Was a good save, good instinctive shot on the turn from McManaman. The goalkeeper Bralia actually almost diving that way before it hit the shot, and was well positioned and held on to it that time, which was important as Liverpool moved on for the one that might have bounced off his chest.
Barnes again. That's a great ball to McManaman. Rush! No! Well, he's looked sharp on his return after the knee problems that he's had. He's dogged his season, but that really is the sort of chance that Ian Rush, player of his quality, is expected to take.
Well, it was a rueful shake of the head, wasn't it? And wonderful pass from John Barnes. Superb one-touch cross from Steve McManaman. It looked the perfect goal.
And try again. Well, he must know that the chances have been there and haven't been taken. That's nicely played. This is Iranio. Aguilera up alongside him. And the expression and the comment from first those on the Liverpool bench and then the reaction among the Italians tell the story. A good break. Iranio had little Aguilera always alongside him. Hooper came out to narrow the angle, actually committed himself, but I don't think there was too much he was going to be able to do anyway, because they got outnumbered, and Iranio was the key again. Burrows trying to get back, and the pull to the side. 2-1 in the away leg.
Well, he missed such a good chance one end, and football can be cruel, and it was on that occasion to go 2-1 down.
question, because in the programme, that's exactly what Graham Souness said about the match in Genoa. Football was cruel to us. Well, I'm afraid it's equally a truism that particularly at this level, you have to take the chances. Liverpool haven't, Genoa have, and on the balance of the two matches, you have to say that they are deserving of going through. Mulby. Venice. Nickel on the right. Barnes. And the free kick given for the little nudge on him. And again, it's a question of not allowing Genoa to be the fourth side to beat them in European competition over the years. 22 of them. Barnes and Mulby both poised as young Marsh and McManaman stand on the ball. Three in the end of the wall, and it's Mulby, and the goalkeeper did fantastically well. Had a little bit of fortune. Yes, I didn't see it. I think he seems to be saying when he got his body in the way, they couldn't ask for more. Curled in by Venison. It was somewhat across, but it falls kindly.
Great strike by Mulby, and as we saw, the keeper didn't see it, didn't have to, just hit him and rebounded again. Could have gone kindly to a Liverpool forward, but it was to a defender.
Marsh, good save. Excellent stop, because that was a very well struck drive by Marsh that was labelled for the corner.
That was his best save of the night.
Barnes. Well, in comparison, that was comfortable. But he's on a high, is Simone Braglia. His third season with Genoa. Looking good at Anfield. Mulby just challenged by Ruotolo to put him off. Venison does well. Marsh, Barnes, Bortolazzi. Match by Colovati. Mulby, rush, didn't hold it. Rabanio once more offside. Ruotolo held back, but Aguilera did not.
Those two, Aranio and Aguilera, who made that second goal, have been two of their outstanding players this evening, there's no question.
Play Burrows, then he overhits the cross. Venison. Four waiting on the far post, Nickel on the near, but not able to take that. Really did get hold of that shot, Marsh, and it was an excellent start. And now from Barnes' header over the top. And Braglia enjoying his time here. Oh, and again from Mulby, who turns away in disbelief. Well, goalkeepers come to play at Anfield, go into the goal in front of the Kop. It either inspires them or destroys them. He has been in the former category.
Yeah, Mulby deserves a goal, actually. He's had some great shots. That was as good as any. Full-length save.
Amorati comes off. And Fiorin, who started it all with the goal just before half-time in the first leg, replaces him. Marsh faded in the second half there, certainly hasn't here. Venison. Played by Marsh again, McManaman. Bortolazzi. Bounced off the Dane. Early delivery with Ruotolo, whose first touch was not good. And Hooper thought about coming and didn't. And gets away with it, help of Nicol.
If it comes straight away, Mike, who would have got it, because he over-knocked it there, Ruotolo. But another wonderful switch pass from Aguilera. His vision and the way he just links play has been outstanding.
Skiravi makes the run to the 6-yard area. This is Iranio. A bit of speculation by Aguilera. Venison. Met by Signorini. And Marsh strikes well. Curl away at the end. The goalkeeper had started to move the other way.
Well, it might be 2-1 down. I mean, Mike Marsh has had one breathtaking save with a low shot. That one just tipped over the angle of the crossbar. But
and that's it. The end of Liverpool's journey into Europe. But a fine match, but a defeat in the home leg as well as the away leg. Only the 4th side to win here. Liverpool go out and in their centenary year are left with the FA Cup to concentrate on.